all these videos in a row. The benefit of Arizona taxpayers to see what's going to happen to untold millions and millions of dollars. Some of it is to relieve this kind of congestion, which is going on right here by widening this roadway. But there are so many passing lanes along here already, it really isn't that big of an issue. I mean, if you're in some big giant hurry to get somewhere, then I guess so. But since they're only touting this as an expansion to help recreational movement along this highway, then there shouldn't be that big a hurry. Not like it's life or death to get up to your favorite camping spot or lake or casino or whatever. So all this rock, I see nothing but rock. Excuse me, I have a cold. I'm right in the middle of a coughing cold. I think half the Phoenix area has a cough right now. Pretty miserable little deal that hits your body and makes you feel like hell for however long it makes you feel like that. So here we come up on another passing lane, half a mile. I mean, if they really thought that they needed to widen this, maybe they could just make some more passing lanes instead of talking about rerouting the entire highway or making the whole thing 4 lanes. But again, I've been driving up here fairly frequently in the last several months, and I just don't see the quantity of traffic coming through here that would facilitate and necessitate having to expand this highway. At least not at this particular point in time. I understand it probably takes a long time, years maybe, to do something like this. But with the economy as weak as it is right now, and let's not play games here. I just, if they have to spend money on highway projects, then definitely I-10 between Phoenix and Tucson, as I've been saying, turn it into a 6-lane highway instead of 4. They already did 6 lanes all the way up to Marana, maybe beyond Marana, coming out of Tucson heading towards Phoenix. Now let's do that first. That's just an unbelievably, you want to talk about congestion, that's a daily problem there. That highway is just crammed, filled with cars, trucks, you name it. So that's a much greater need right now, not 2 or 3 or 5 years from now. The state of Arizona has been pretty far behind on doing much of anything. Look at how long it took them to get the freeway system going, long after it was needed. I mean, they built the 60, had to wipe out a bunch of houses to do that. It was 20 or 30 years ago, I don't remember. And they built, what was after that? They built the 101. They started on the 101, which took forever. Then they got onto all this 202 stuff. They're talking about expanding the 303, which is way out west. There's another hugely congested roadway out there. Well, last time I was out there anyway. It's been quite a while since I've been there. And who knows what the economy has done to all the housing, which is what was taking so much traffic through that stretch of roadway, which used to be nothing but farmland. It still is quite a bit of farmland. But I can think of other places on this planet planet Arizona, that need widening, or even new roads built for that matter, than doing this thing here. This road is sufficient. And they can put forth all the projections they want and all the statistics, but let's compare statistics on this roadway to statistics on the 10, and I do believe you're that's all. I'm just taking this shots. You're going to see a lot of rock. It's going to have to come out. Bridges that are going to have to be expanded. A tunnel that's going to have to be expanded. You know. They've already been working on this roadway. This is all new asphalts. And to think that they're going to reroute the whole thing after already spending the money they have here is just unbelievably ridiculous. They'll have to widen this bridge, good 150 feet to the bottom there, meaning an expensive widening. Another passing lane, ample passing lanes, ample passing lanes. To me, it's just another projected waste, huge waste of taxpayer money. I don't care if it's coming from the federal government or state government or both, which is probably what it is, both. That doesn't, just because it comes from the feds, does that mean that there's some sort of right to just throw it in the trash can because they have some mandate that they have to spend X amount of funds per year, the state does, or they lose their money? That's a ridiculous mandate in itself. They have to spend money. That's the thinking of the federal government, but the state government too. You know, if you got money, throw it away. If you ain't got money, print more. Certainly the